While bartending, a man slid me his wedding ring and whispered, "Hide this before my wife gets back from the restroom." I stared at the platinum band sitting on my palm. The guy looked maybe 40, expensive suit, Rolex, the kind of customer who orders top-shelf whiskey and tips well. "Excuse me?" I whispered back, completely confused. He leaned closer across the bar, his eyes darting toward the hallway where the restrooms were. "Please, just put it in your pocket. She can't know I'm wearing it." I almost laughed because I figured this was some weird cheating situation I wanted no part of. But then I noticed his hands. They were trembling. Not nervous trembling, terrified trembling. His left ring finger had a tan line so deep it looked permanent, but the skin around it was raw and red like he'd been scrubbing it for hours. "I'll explain everything," he said. "Just hide it, now." I slipped the ring into my apron pocket right as a woman emerged from the hallway. Blonde, elegant, designer dress that probably cost more than my rent. She slid onto the bar stool next to him and placed her hand on his arm in a way that looked loving but made him flinch. "What did I miss, darling?" Her voice was honey sweet, but her eyes scanned the bar like she was cataloging every detail. "Nothing," he said too quickly. "Just ordered you another martini." She smiled at me, and something about it made my stomach turn. "Extra olives this time," she said. "My husband knows I love olives." She squeezed his arm, and I watched him wince. That's when I saw it. Bruises under his collar, fresh ones, yellow and purple spreading up toward his jaw, barely hidden by his shirt. I made her drink slowly, trying to process what I was seeing. When she excused herself to take a phone call outside, he grabbed my wrist. "She's going to kill me tonight," he whispered. "I found the insurance policy. $2 million. She took it out 6 months ago without telling me." My blood ran cold. "Then call the police." He shook his head, desperate. "Her brother is the chief of police in our town. Her other brother is a judge. The whole family is connected." He slid his phone across the bar. On the screen was a photo of a syringe and a small vial hidden in a makeup bag. "I found this in her luggage. It's potassium chloride. Untraceable. Causes cardiac arrest." I felt sick. "Why the ring?" I asked. "Because when they find my body, they'll say I wasn't wearing my wedding ring, that I was out cheating, that I deserved whatever happened." His voice cracked. "She's setting up my murder to look like karma." His wife walked back in before I could respond. "Ready to go, sweetheart?" She pulled out her credit card to close the tab. "Actually," I said, thinking fast, "I need to see your ID with the card. New policy." She rolled her eyes but handed it over. I pretended to examine it while actually memorizing every detail. Different last name than his. Different state. I snapped a mental picture of her face and handed it back. "Thank you, Mrs. Ashworth." She froze for half a second. "It's Mrs. Donovan now," she said sweetly. "Just haven't updated my license." But I saw something flicker in her eyes. Suspicion. Maybe recognition that I was paying too close attention. She signed the receipt and grabbed her husband's arm, pulling him toward the exit. He looked back at me one last time, and in that look was everything. Fear. Resignation. Goodbye. I called the cops the second they left. Gave them the plate number I'd watched her car pull away with. Told them everything. The ring, the bruises, the syringe photo, the insurance policy. The dispatcher seemed skeptical until I mentioned potassium chloride. "Stay on the line," she said, her tone completely different now. 20 minutes later, I got a call back. They'd pulled the car over on the highway. Found the syringe in her purse. Found zip ties in the trunk. Found a burner phone with text to someone about finishing it tonight at the cabin. She was arrested on the spot. He was taken to the hospital for the bruises she'd apparently been giving him for 3 years. The next morning, detectives came to the bar to take my full statement. One of them shook my head. "You know what she told us when we cuffed her?" I shook my head. "She said she almost got away with it. That she'd done it before." I felt my whole body go cold. "Done what before?" The detective paused. "Her first husband died of a heart attack 4 years ago. They're reopening the case. The ring is still in my pocket. He told me to keep it."